All right, tonight we're going to be talking about something that I got this idea during Sunday school this morning. I was doing very good listening because he wouldn't answer me when I was wanting to talk, so I just had to listen. And he said something about cattle being branded. Has anybody ever heard of a cattle being branded? Do you guys know what that means? And I was going to have Kerry make one because he's a welder. But since I forgot to ask him and didn't really have no notes to give him, I couldn't really get one made. But a brand is something that's made out of metal, has a long metal stick on it. And on the end of it has a marking that's made out of metal as well. So it would be like taking, well, there's nothing that really looks like a brand in here. Let's see, okay, we can take a microphone. Stick this microphone, it would be like a long metal pole, and you would stick it in a fire, and just let it sit there and get nice and hot. And then what they would do with that is they would take it. Now, on the end of this pole would be something like, my name's Craig Miller. So on the end of this, maybe for me, it would be KM. Name of my farm was Miller Acres. So it would have an MA on the end of it. So what I would do is I would take it after it's been sitting in the fire, it's nice and hot, and then I'd go out to my cows, and I'd stick it on the rear of the cow, and burn the cow, but it wouldn't really hurt them. And then on the end of that cow would be MA, so everybody knows that the cows that have MA on them belong to me, because that's my logo, that's my trademark for my cattle. And I was thinking about different things that have logos on them. Now we're going to play this quick little game. Christopher's going to put a logo up. When he puts that logo up, if you know what it is, raise your hand. Let's do some picture identification.
Don't yell out.
Don't yell out, raise your hand. These are probably going to be pretty hard. It's a balloon.
You didn't raise your hand, Craig, you cheater.
I'm sorry, I didn't raise my hand. Craig, it's a balloon. Okay, does anybody know what that emblem is?
A McDonald's sign.
Let's go to Joey.
No,
Joey, do you know what that is? Do you know what that is? What is it? What? I think he said McDonald's. How many agrees with me that that's McDonald's? Now, how do you know it's McDonald's? It doesn't say McDonald's on there.
Golden Arches.
No, it doesn't. It says it's... Christopher, what is it? McDonald's. Okay, you guys were right. Okay, you guys got me on this one. You were right. But you guys knew it before it said that on the bottom of it. How did you know that? Because of the emblem?
Because we say it all the time.
Well, because it has an M, but if I would put a black M up there, would you think that was McDonald's? If I put a black M or a pink M, that's McDonald's trademark. Okay, Christopher, let's try another one, because they think you're smart. Anybody know what this is? I'll go to you because you're smart. Twitter. Now, how do you know that's Twitter? This is a bird. So if I put a bald eagle up there, you would think it was Twitter?
I think it's
That's Twitter's trademark? Well, I don't know. Let's find out. Christopher, what is it? Twitter! Okay, well, you guys were right. Mom, that's Twitter. Okay, well, let's just try another one because you guys seem like you know what you're doing. I'm going to get to some boys now. What's the next? Ooh, I don't know what this one is. Anybody know what this one is?
the letter N.
It's a letter M. What's it stand for? Ethan?
Nissan.
Nissan? Is it Nissan? I don't think it's Nissan. What? You raised your hand like you did. You know what it is? Nextel? No? Anybody, any adults know what this could be? Wait, Clifton knows.
Netscape.
Netscape? How do you know it's Netscape? It doesn't say Netscape on there.
What does that mean?
Okay, well, let's find out. What does it stand for? Netscape.
It's got my name. What is Netscape?
TM.
A prehistoric internet browser.
How did you know that was Netscape?
Because I used to use it.
But still,
It's the logo.
it's the logo. Okay. All right, well, let's try another one. Ooh, I like this one. How about Trevor?
BMW.
Now, how in the world? There's nothing on there but a circle and some colors. And how do you
I see it on every type of BMW car.
see what?
That logo.
That logo.
BMW's trademark.
That's BMW's trademark. What's a trademark?
A special logo that tells you what things are without any words on it.
I don't know about this boy. He says stuff all the time. You never know if he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
Christopher, what is it? BMW. You were right. How did you know?
Because I see that on BMWs.
So then that makes it BMW's what?
Trademark.
Trademark, logo. All right. Well, what's next? Okay, I know you won't get this one. Let's try Liam. Liam, what is that?
Is that Emo's Pizza? Man?
It's not Emo's Pizza. You know what it is? What? KFC? No. Facial hair in the wrong spot. What is it? Where in the world does it say Pringles on there?
That's the picture that's on there.
It's a picture of a guy with a mustache and a very ugly mustache and a bow tie.
You're just jealous, Craig, because he has a mustache.
And here's the job. We just have a best
It's the logo. Christopher, what is that? Pringles! Oh, well, you were right. You got lucky. Alright, what's next? But I bet you. Anybody know what this one is? Anybody in the front couple rows? Okay, in the back rows. Atari. And how in the world would you know that that's Atari? That is just three. Because she's old? Okay, I can go with that. What makes you think that would be Atari? Did anybody think that she's right? Christopher, what is it? Atari? Now, how would you know that? But I mean, what would lead?
I used to play it a lot.
You used to play it, but what would make you think that that would be Atari?
Because you see that sign on all the time.
Because it's a logo? Okay. You got another one? Okay, I know you ain't gonna get this one, just because this don't even make sense. Okay, now check. Do you know what that is?
It looks like a red key and
Lexus, you know what that is?
it looks like a red key and a green and yellow W.
You know what that is?
It's the sign for PlayStation.
For PlayStation.
Yeah.
Well, I don't see a 3 on there.
See, it's
I don't see it, but I have P on it.
Okay, I see a P, but that could be anything. That could be pickles.
looks
No,
like
it's PlayStation.
Pickle.
Why would you think that's PlayStation?
It's because it's
Okay, Christopher, what is it? These girls, they think they know everything.
PlayStation.
It's PlayStation.
We are smart.
Okay, but it didn't say PlayStation before. How would you know it was PlayStation? Because that's its logo? Okay. What's next? Cecil? Oh, a Glock? No, I don't think it's a Glock, is it? No. Oh, a clock. I thought you said Glock. Clock. Okay. No, it's not a clock. Man. Okay. We already did Trevor. We already did you. Anybody else that hasn't answered yet? Besides Trevor? Ethan, what is it? Anybody else know? Ryan, do you know? It's not a clock. Or a Glock. You know? Not a wheel. A Sadie's. A Mercedes? Now, Ethan, why would you think that was a Mercedes logo?
When you do that, we know it's right.
Other than the fact that your mother told you. Well, why would this be a Mercedes? How would anybody know that it's
Oh,
Mercedes?
yeah, I thought it was a Nissan.
Because this is logo? I think you're catching on to what I'm doing here.
Oh, I thought it was
I think you got me. I think we're on the same level. You got another one?
Now.
Mercedes Benz. It's a car. It's a real fancy car. I think Carrie owns 2 of them. Okay, last one. I know you ain't gonna know what this is. It's not Checkmate. Let's see. You know what it is? A logo for Nikes. Let me see your shoes. You're wearing Reeboks.
He's got them.
Let me see.
Here, take your shoe off and throw it.
No, don't take your shoe off. We don't do that here. Well, that one's white. This one's red.
Right, you're one of those.
Okay, well, why would you guys think that's a Nike emblem? So if you see that picture somewhere, you know automatically that's Nike. So you don't even have to read the name on the shoes. You can just look at that and know them are Nike shoes because it's got that on it, right? Do you? Hey, they are. I didn't even know it. That's just how God works. You too? Oh, it's on the toes too. I don't look at my feet very often. And it's on the side and it says Nike. Okay. The reason you guys know what these things are is because you recognize Nike. Okay, now pay attention to me now. We're done with the logo. See, that was the last one. Okay, the reason you guys know what them mean is because you recognize the logo. So you know that this pair of shoes right here, without even reading anything, that these are what kind of shoes? So you don't even have to do any research on what I'm wearing. You don't have to have been with me when I bought them. You just know by the logo that's on there of what they are, right? So I want to talk to you guys for a second about your logo. You know, we all carry a logo on us. Now right now, I'm carrying this logo on me. What's that represent?
Super Sunday!
Now we have created this logo for Super Sunday so that people that see you guys out there, they may not know what it is at first, but you know what? After a while, like your friends, your neighbors that see you come out for church or whatever, know that whatever you're doing, you guys always wear this shirt every Sunday, and this represents Super Sunday. This is our logo, Super Sunday. And but even without the shirt, if we just wore a plain shirt, plain pair of pants, we carry a logo on us everywhere we go. Now, we're talking about trademarks and names and stuff like that. Now, I'm going to get into some values. How many would like to know, there's some people. How many knows who Sam Walton is? How many's ever heard of Sam Walton? You guys ever heard of Sam Walton? Sam Walton. Sam Walton. Have you guys ever heard of Walmart? Okay, Sam Walton is the creator. What's the better word for that? He was the original creator and owner of Walmart, which used to be called Sam's Place, and then they changed it to Walmart. Okay, Sam Walton has passed away, so he's no longer with us. But his kids took over Walmart. Now, most of all the kids collectively have sold off their stock where they don't have no part of Walmart. Okay, but because their last name is Walton, they carry a value. Now, Christopher looked this up for me. Collectively, I'm going to take this off. Just get on my nerves. Collectively, I don't know how many Walton kids there are. Jacob, can you give me a little volume on this? I don't know how many Walton kids there are. Christopher's going to look it up. But collectively, all the Walton kids put together, the ones that are still alive, collectively, their worth, what they have in finances, their worth is $150 billion. You know why they have $150 billion?
Because they carried a father's trademark.
Because they carried that trademark. Walton. They're Waltons. Waltons are rich. They have a lot of money because their dad created Walmart. Walmart's the biggest shopping chain in the world. And that's why, because their last name is Walmart, they've inherited the name from their dad, and they have that as their worth. Okay, then I thought about something else. How many likes fast cars? How many would like to own a Ferrari? How many knows what a Ferrari is? Well, did you know that you could go down to the Ferrari dealer? Which I don't even know if there's one around here. I think there's one on Kings Highway. No? Okay, if you can find a Ferrari dealer, you can buy a Ferrari. And I forget which one this is, Christopher. Do you remember what Ferrari this is? This Ferrari cost is $230,000. $230,000. I own a Ford Escape that was worth, when it was brand new, $20,000. Now it's probably worth about $2,000. What is the difference between a Ferrari and a Ford? They both start with F. What's the difference? The cost, definitely. Anybody know what the difference is between a Ferrari and a Ford? Yeah.
The Ferrari carries a more valuable trademark.
It does. But what makes Ferrari so special? It's faster. What good is speed when the speed limit's 60? You got a car that says the top speed on this is 202 miles per hour. Top speed for a Ferrari. Now, how fast can you drive a Ferrari on the highway? 60, 65, or 70 if you obey the speed limits. So it does you no good. My car does that. Okay? It has an engine that has 570 horsepower. We didn't look up what a Ford Escape has, did we? I think a Ford Escape has got like 6 horsepower. Maybe 2 horsepower. I think some of the horses died. Okay. But the reason Ferrari is so big and so wonderful is because it's got that name on it, Ferrari. Ferrari, that's a good looking car. I'll admit it. But the reason it's so wonderful and so expensive is because it's a Ferrari. You slap a Ferrari sticker on my car and it brings the value up because it has a Ferrari on it. Because it's a Ferrari. You name it a Ferrari. And anything you see, like, let me think of something. Like, for instance, let me give you a little example. How many likes cheese? How many knows that there are different brands of cheese? There's Borden's, there's Great Value, there's whatever Shop and Save brand. Everybody's got their own brand. And then there's the top brand. Anybody know what the top brand of cheese is? Kraft. Now, how many knows, and you guys probably don't know this because you probably don't buy a whole lot of cheese, but Kraft cheese is more expensive than Borden's cheese or Great Value cheese. Why is that? They're both in slices in a little package. Well, it is better. I don't know, but there's a reason. Why would Kraft be better than Great Value? Because of the name. The Kraft name. People that don't even know what cheese tastes like would buy Kraft because it's a better brand. Why is it a better brand? Because we've created it to be a better brand. So, now then I thought, what about our own value? Do you guys know that you guys are valuable? That you guys have your own worth? Did you know that?
Yes.
How many is rich? Raise your hand if you're rich. I put my hand down real quick. Now I'm talking about financially rich. Money. How many's got a lot of money? You got a lot of money? Dawn, she gets a special prize. She's splitting it with us. You got a lot of money, like how much money? Like $1 million? You think you got about $1 million maybe? Not that much money? Okay. But did you know, money aside, that we've got our own worth? Now I thought about something. Does anybody know what my brand is? I'm a Miller. You know why I'm a Miller? It wasn't because I chose to be a Miller. And let me fix that before Dad just stepped out. I'm a Miller for one reason. Anybody know what that reason is? Because what?
You were born that way.
I was born that way, but why? How was I born that way?
Mother and father had the same last name.
Because my mother and father are Millers. So therefore, you became a Miller when you got married. And now I carry the name of my father. Not because I chose to, or I wanted to, or I did want to, or whatever. I'm a Miller because my dad's a Miller. So I carry his inheritance because of what his last name is the same as what my last name is. Now I thought about what would be our logo. Our logo would be something that everybody gets. But not everybody will get it, if that makes any sense. Everybody can get it. What if I had $1,000 here? Who would come up and get it? But only one person would be able to get it because I only have $1,000, right? But this here, this logo, this brand name, this inheritance that I'm talking about, is something that if you come up and get it right now and take it back to your seat, guess what? It's still there, so you can come up and grab it and take it back to your seat. But then it'll still be there so Kaya can come up and grab it and take it back to her seat. I'm talking about the greatest inheritance is our salvation. Our logo. You know what our logo is? Our logo is a cross. You know why our logo is a cross? Because our Savior died on it. Not because the cross is anything special, but because of who was on that cross. Christ died on that cross to give us a logo, our salvation. And because of that, you know what our worth is? The Waltons, collectively, are worth $150 billion. But guess what? Collectively, or singly, let's just talk about you for a second here. This is going to be good. Now, collectively, we can talk about it collectively, but I want to talk about what your worth is. Did you know the Waltons being worth $150 billion, but you're worth more than they are? You know why you're worth more than what they are? Because your logo is the cross. And the reason your logo is the cross is because you asked Jesus into your heart. But did you know what? That even though the Waltons have all this money, that if they've asked Jesus into their heart, then they're worth the same as you. Not because of what they have in their bank, because of what they have in their heart. So you can be seated. So we all have that net worth of eternity. And how many have seen the MasterCard commercial where they say, you know, a day at the ball game, $250. Finding out that your car got 3 parking tickets on it, $175. Going out and finding, I don't know, whatever. And then it says, but a day with the family, priceless. That's always the last thing, priceless. But so when you look at our worth and our value, it's priceless. You can't put a price on what we've got. If you've asked Jesus into your heart, there's no price that can be put on that gift. There's no logo that's any greater. There's no company that's worth more. If you took all the money in the entire world, and the Waltons got most of it, and you put it all together and you just pile it, I don't know how many buildings it would take up. Let's say there's enough money that could stack up as high as the arch and in this entire block. And you took all the money all over China and Great Britain and France, and you just name all these places, and you just get every bit of money that's in the world, and you pile it all together, and you compare it to Christ at Calvary, that trumps all over it. Not because of who we are, but because of what He did. We are worth more than the people who are worth millions and billions and trillions, because we know Jesus. The good thing is, though, is even if they've asked Jesus into their heart, then they've got that same gift as what we have. And their money will go away, but their salvation